What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're having an amazing day and week. In today's video, as you read the title, we are going to discuss about whether it's better to use a fixed lot or a fixed risk percentage when trading Forex. I know that this video might not get that many views because it's not a strategy video or a how to pass FTMO or how I caught 5k pips in one day type of video, but I am sure that you guys, the ones that will decide to watch this video, are taking Forex very seriously and you want to be able to have your own risk management plan and be able to manage your trades accordingly. And to do that, you have to know what's best to use, okay? Whether it's a fixed lot or if it's a fixed risk percentage. All right, I'm going to tell you my personal opinion. Of course, you can then do whatever you want. I'm not here to dictate what you should do or what you shouldn't. I'm just gonna tell you why I think like that and why I am using this method. Okay? So before I start a video, make sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell on. Like this, you won't miss out on any future uploads. And if you have any question, as always, make sure to drop them down below. I always make sure to reply. Okay? Also, those that wanna join my free signal group on Telegram, you can do that by clicking the link in my video description. And also, if you want to learn my strategies or book a one-on-one session with me, you can do that by DM me privately on Telegram by clicking the link down below. And also, you can sign up with the broker I use. If you search for a broker and you haven't yet found one, I highly recommend to sign up with the one I use. They have really low spreads and everything is very professional about them. Okay? That being said, let's just get straight into the video. Alright, so in this video, as you guys already know, I'm not going to discuss about market structure, I'm not going to show you a strategy, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to talk about whether you should use a fixed lot size or a fixed risk percentage when entering a trade. Okay, now you might ask, well, what does that mean? So let's say for example, you decided to enter a sell right here after this bearish engulfing for some reason, and you have your stop loss right here. Okay, it's a how many pips? It's a 15 pip stop loss, around that. Okay, from here to here it's a 16.2 pips. Okay, that's the size of the stop loss. Okay, and you aim for, I don't know, a 1 to 2. The take profit doesn't really matter, the stop loss does. So now you have two options when entering this trade. You can either use a fixed lot size. That means, let's say, I don't know, you have a 10k account, let's say, and you have a fixed lot of 1.00, one standard lot. All right. So that means every single trade you enter, you are going to enter with a 1.00 standard lot. That means here you would have risked $162, okay, if you use the fixed lot, which is 1%, 1.6% on a 10k account, for example. Or the second option, you can use a fixed risk percentage. What does that mean? Well, once you determine where's your stop loss, where's your entry, you then determine what lot size you should use in order to risk a certain percentage. All right. Also, for the people that do not have time to trade Forex every single day or still struggle being profitable while trading Forex, but still want to get setups like this, I highly recommend you check out my free signal group on Telegram. The link is down below. This setup was literally sent today. It was a buy limit pending order. All we do is send pending orders because like this, every single one of you will be able to make profits from the signals. And this one was sent in the VIP. Of course, if you want to upgrade to the VIP, where we do VIP live weekly coaching sessions every single week, you can do that from the free signal group. Okay? Enjoy and thank me later. So that being said, let's say you want to risk $100 on this trade. Okay? So if you want to risk $100 on this trade, that's 1% on a 10k account, for example, then you have to adjust your lot size accordingly. Okay? So that means that you would have used, I think, a 0.7, I think, or a 0.6 lot size that you need to calculate that. Okay, you need to calculate that and see how much how big of a lot size you should use, but I'm pretty sure a 0.62 lot, that would risk $100 if you used a 0.62 lot size. If this would have hit your stop loss, you would have lost $100. Okay, so these are the two ways you can enter a trade, either by using a fixed lot or a fixed risk percentage, and then calculating your lot size, determining of how big the stop loss is. Now, what is my opinion? Do I use a fixed risk percentage when I'm trading, or do I use a fixed lot size? Well, I am using a fixed risk percentage. Why? I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because, especially when I day trade, the stop loss always varies. The stop loss can be sometimes, the stop loss can sometimes be like this one right here. This one here. The stop loss can sometimes be, let's say, 15 pips or 20 pips, okay? But sometimes the stop loss might be 10 pips, but sometimes the stop loss might be 30 pips, okay? So that's why I use a fixed risk percentage, because if I use a fixed lot with a different stop loss every single time, then I don't have any risk management plan. And if I don't have a fixed risk management plan, it doesn't matter what strategy I am using. I know that long term I'm gonna lose. This is gambling, okay? If I don't have a set risk management plan, Forex is gambling, okay? That's very simple and it's very easy to understand, okay? That's why, because look, for example, let's say I wanted to use a fixed lot of 1.00, one standard lot. When I have a 20 pip stop loss, I'm gonna risk $200. But if I have a 30 pip stop loss, I'm then gonna risk $300. And let's say I have two winning trades, okay? I have two winning trades where my stop loss is 15 pips, okay? I have two winning trades in a row using a fixed lot, all right? But then at the third trade, I have a stop loss of 30 pips and I use the same exact lot. What happens is, if it hits the stop loss, then I'm pretty much on break even, which is not how it should be. I should be in profit because I have two wins and one loss, okay? But me using a fixed lot, that gave me a loss. That gave me a bigger loss because the stop loss was bigger. Because look, if you trade market structure, okay, and if you trade a strategy that based on market structure, okay, on support and resistance, your stop loss is going to be different, okay? You won't have the same exact stop loss every single time. You won't have a 20 pip stop loss every single time. You might have a 20 pip today, a 30 pip tomorrow, a 10 pip the day after tomorrow, and so on. So that's why I recommend, if you have a dynamic stop loss, let's say like this, a stop loss that can change from trade to trade, you should use a fixed risk percentage, all right, ultimately. Because if you use a fixed lot and your stop loss is different every single trade, then trust me, you won't be profitable, okay? You won't be profitable. And there's so many ways you can calculate your lot size. Like, that's not a problem. Me personally, I calculate it in my head. I really do some quick maths and that's pretty much it. But I know some people that struggle calculating the right lot in order to risk a certain percentage. There's plenty of calculators that can help you do that, like Baby Pips I think has one there where you can literally input how big your stop loss is, how much you want to risk, and then it will tell you what lot size you should use. All right, so there's no excuses. That being said, if you have a strategy with the same stop loss every single time, let's say you trade the 5 minute, okay, let's say you only trade a 5 minute, and let's say you have a indicator based strategy, okay, because things are different here. If you have an indicator based strategy with a fixed stop loss, meaning that you have the same exact stop loss every single trade, let's say you have a 10 pip stop loss every single trade, then of course you can use a fixed lot, okay, because if the stop loss is the same every single trade, if you have a 10 pip stop loss every single time, then of course you can use a fixed lot. All right, because that means that on every single trade you will risk the same exact amount, and then you will determine what fixed lot you will use. Let's say you will always have a 10 pip stop loss. If you want to risk $100, which is 1% on a 10K account, that means you will use a one standard lot as your fixed lot. and you will use this lot size every single trade, okay? And that's totally fine, because as I said, if the stop loss is the same every single trade, then like it's the same exact thing, you know, like you can use a fixed lot without a problem. But yeah, that's the only case I would recommend using a fixed lot, if your stop loss is the same every single time and if you have a indicator based strategy. Because look, if you have a price action based strategy or a market structure or a support and resistance, supply and demand strategy, your stop loss is going to be different, okay? From trade to trade, your stop loss is going to be different, and that's why you need to use a risk percentage, not a fixed lot, and then calculate your lot size. But if you have the same exact stop loss every single trade, you have a 10 pip fixed stop loss on your indicator based strategy, then just go ahead and use a fixed lot, man. Use a fixed lot that you're comfortable with losing, okay? Because when you choose your fixed lot, you need to understand that, okay, first things first, I need to understand about how much I can lose when entering a trade, not how much I can win, because then psychology will kick in and you will start making bad decisions, and you don't want that, okay? So as I said, this is pretty much it. Like this is how you should approach it. First, ask yourself, what strategy am I using? Am I using a indicator based strategy that offers me a fixed stop loss every single time with the same amount of pips? Or am I using a price action strategy that offers me a different stop loss every single trade in size, okay? And if you have a price action strategy where your stop loss is different every single trade, I highly recommend using fixed risk percentage. And if you have a strategy with the same stop loss every single time, then you should use a fixed lot size, okay? It's not a problem. Before I continue with the video, guys, if you are looking for a broker to trade Forex with, indices or crypto, I highly recommend Eurotrader. You can sign up with them by clicking the link down in my video description. This is the broker that I am currently using. I had no issues with it. They offer spreads as low as 0 pips. They have different account types, leverage up to 500, and their customer support is amazing. They have credit card withdrawals and deposits. Everything is very professional about them, so that's why I highly recommend you guys to check them out. Okay, so link is down below. Feel free to sign up with Eurotrader. So yeah, that being said, this is my opinion, of course. You can do whatever you want. I just wanted to make this video because I get a lot of questions, especially on Telegram. People asking me how I go about it. Do I use a fixed lot or do I use a fixed risk percentage? And I really hope this video clears everything out. But of course, if you have any more questions, please drop them down below. I will check them out for sure. And yeah, this is pretty much it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to share and like the video. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.